Hello, Aries. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Jenny, and I'm going to be giving you a reading for the month of June. But before I get started, I've got to share a message for you because I have got this crow zigzagging back and forth outside of my window as I started to film this video today. So the crow shows up when you're on the verge of manifesting something you've been working towards for a while. The crow also shows up to remind you to be very watchful over the next couple of days for any clear omens or signs that will guide you and teach you. The crow reminds us to expect a big change very soon. And there was also a crow feather out in my backyard this morning when I was watering the grass. So crow could be coming for a lot of the signs, but as soon as I sat down to film this video for you, Aries, this crow is just like do, 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 all over the place. So definitely for you. The crow also says you've noticed something that's out of balance or an injustice that hasn't been addressed, and it's important to speak up about it. You're about to get a glimpse into some future events that affect you directly. So take that if it resonates with you, leave it for someone else if it doesn't. I'm going to open up the reading today with a card from the Intuitive Life Coaching Oracle by Kelly Smith. I love this deck. I call this one my tough love deck because, well, sometimes it calls us on our shit, but only when that is needed. If you are going to be joining me at the end for the extended reading, then I'll also pull some cards from Colette Baron Reed's Goddess Oracle. I've been really called to connect with some goddess energy for all of the signs for the month of June, as well as inspire change and healing. This has a message from crystals and archangels, and this is by Cindy Smith. We got Kelly Smith over here, we got Cindy Smith over here. So Cindy Smith is going to give us a message with a crystal and an archangel message. So again, if you're joining me for the extended reading at the end, we'll go over those. But let's just get started with what is the primary energy for the Aries collective for the month of June, or whenever this video might find you. These videos are timeless, right? So you're receiving this message exactly when you're meant to. I don't believe in coincidences. I think if you're here, then there's something here for you. And again, if you're not resonating, leave it for someone else. I always encourage you to check for your sun, your moon, and your rising sign, or anywhere else in your chart that you may want to connect with. This one's calling me. Okay, primary energy for you, Aries, for the month ahead. We've got healing with nature. So get outside, get grounded. We got the earth element over here on my thumb. Get outside, get grounded. There's definitely something here for you around being outside, going into the woods, going down by the water. And I mean, here in the northern hemisphere, the weather's starting to get so much nicer. This is the perfect time to be getting outside in nature. I just ran a spring step challenge in my Facebook group, Sacred Self-Empowered, and everyone was focused on getting their steps up. And it wasn't about, trying to change our body or lose weight or get more exercise. It was about grounding, getting outside into nature, being present. For me, getting off my phone. I mean, when you have a business on your phone, it's really easy to say like, oh, I need to be on my phone for my business. Maybe some of you are connecting with that as well. Maybe some of you are finding yourselves on your phone too much, numbing out, just really using these unhealthy coping mechanisms that get us away from outside. Mother Earth is our greatest mother. She's our greatest supporter, and she wants to help us heal. She wants to help us to be present and grounded, and all you have to do is go outside. Now, I'm just going to use a little bit of Palo Santo here. I want you to trust that even if you're not here in the presence of the Palo Santo, that's okay. It's not the smoke, it's not the smell of the Palo Santo that helps to raise our energy and clear any negative energy. It's actually the spirit of the Palo Santo tree. So thank you, Sacred Palo Santo. Thank you for cleansing the energy of the Aries collective. And maybe you have clairsalience. Maybe you can smell that Palo Santo. Everyone's different, right? Our gifts show up for us in different ways. Now, if you are somebody who watches a lot of astrologists, I'm sure you've heard that June is a big month. June is one of the luckiest months of 2025. And maybe you've been feeling this energy already rising we had that big new moon on the week before June here at the end of May, and that was a big one for a lot of the signs. And of course, I've talked about this in several of the readings. We've got the South Node in Virgo, so we're releasing a lot of perfectionism. And what this allows us to do is it allows us to get more into the flow of things. And when we're in the flow with things, we can stop blocking our manifestations. Getting outside into nature, though, that's going to be really key, not only for you, but I'm sure anyone can resonate with this one, because when we're grounded, when we're outside of nature, that's when we get the most intuitive downloads anyways. I don't know about you, but when I'm out in the woods, I'm like, oh my gosh, I just solved all my world's problems. Like every single problem, all the things that keep me up at night, I just solved them by going for a walk in the woods. So I would recommend do that every single day if you can. If you can't get to the woods, just literally go outside, hug a freaking tree if you need to. Put your bare hands or your bare feet into the earth. Many of you know that I train in shamanism, and I give an offering to the earth every single day. I give an offering to Mother Earth. We do 3-leaf kintus, so 3 sacred leaves. They could be bay leaves, they could be rose leaves. I've got a rose plant, and it doesn't produce very many roses, but it produces a whole lot of leaves. So I take 3 of those leaves and I blow my love from my heart chakra, my wisdom from my third eye chakra, my power from my crown chakra, and then I give that as a gift to the earth. And I'm also pulling for you, I didn't even ask any questions, I was just, this card wanted to come out, auric field. So you're getting cleansing and grounding. Cleansing and grounding, that's hugely important, okay? I recommend that we all cleanse, ground, and protect our energy every single day, regardless. But if you are getting these messages, auric field says it's time to call in energy protection, to clear, shield, and strengthen your aura. We have a physical body, and then we have an energy body and an aura, and we can accumulate what we call hucha, dark, dense, heavy energy. We can pick it up from our environment. We can pick it up from the people that we interact with. We can pick it up from our phones. We can pick it up from these little portals of, you know what I'm talking about. You get on your phone and you just get sucked in. And maybe you close the app and then open it up again in a second. And then you close the app again and then open it up in a second. And we end up feeling really terrible about all the time that we've wasted on our phones. I feel like this is something you're aware of, Aries. You're aware of numbing out. You're aware of the way that you cope, and it's not serving you. There's a really strong sense here that it's like you know what to do, you're just not doing it. So cleanse your energy. Now you can use Palo Santo, of course. You can use sage. Sage is like the big gun. Sage is a big, powerful cleanser. But what I also like is Florida water. I just put it in a little spray bottle, so it's easy just to spray around. I've got one and it's always with me. I've got one in my purse. I've got one in my vehicle. I give one to my daughter. My husband flies a lot for work, and when I pick him up from the airport, I'm like, do you mind if I just give you a little spritz, please? Let's get that airport energy off of you, please. You just were in a small little tin can full of tons and tons of people, and I don't want their energy. So Florida water's great. Sage is great. Palo Santo's great. Bells are also incredible. Bells can clear the energy. Whatever way that looks like for you, there's definitely a call here for you to cleanse your energy. You can do visualization. I've got some meditations here on the channel as well if you go into the meditation playlist. Cleansing your energy, grounding your energy, protecting your energy is going to be a big theme for you in the month of June. Can we see what is going to be the biggest challenge for the Aries collective for the month ahead, please? The biggest challenge. Okay, I'm getting earth shifts. That makes perfect sense with what we've gotten already. So you are probably someone who considers yourself an empath. Let me know in the comments if that's resonating with you, okay? You consider yourself an empath, so you can feel other people's energy. You can feel the energy of the collective. And let's be real, okay? Right now, the energy in the collective is not that great. There's a lot of fear, there's a lot of doubt, there's a lot of insecurity, there's a lot of political stress going on right now. There's some big changes happening in the world. There's nasty things all over social media and Hollywood, blah, 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 blah. And this says you're very connected to Mother Earth, and as such, you experience all that she does. And as we get into this time of year, here in the West, we start seeing forest fires. We start seeing extreme weather. We start seeing stress, right? And that's what makes cleansing and grounding so important for you this month. If your biggest challenge this month is that you are connecting too much with the collective energy and the energy of the earth, then cleansing and grounding your energy is going to be hugely important. Again, I recommend this every single day. If you're somebody who works with a lot of people, I recommend that you cleanse, ground, and protect your energy multiple times a day. Multiple times a day. Of course, I'm not going to show up on these videos until I've cleansed, grounded, and protected my energy. I'm not going to show up on my one-to-one sessions until I've done that. I'm not going to show up to my weekly group coaching calls and things like that, my Zoom meetings, until I have cleansed, grounded, and protected my energy. Sometimes that's multiple times a day, right? And if you're somebody who also works with people, yeah, I mean, when I go into like the grocery store or Costco or the mall, I'm cleansing my energy. I'm grounding and protecting my energy before I go in, and then I'm cleansing my energy when I come out multiple times a day. And the thing is, the universe is going to send us the same lesson over and over and over again until we actually learn it. Your lesson is that you're feeling all this anxiety. You're feeling all this overwhelm. You're feeling all this stress. You're feeling all this fear, all this doubt, all this insecurity. And some of it isn't even yours, okay? Some of it isn't even yours. It's energy that you're feeling because you're an empath. So cleanse your energy, ground your energy, protect your energy. What will help the Aries collective move through this challenge, aside from cleansing and grounding and protecting their energy, because I feel like I sound like a broken record here, like I'm beating a dead horse, but I feel like there's so many of you Aries, and if I say the same message twice, I mean, Spirit is telling me to say this. If I say the same message twice in the same reading, it's like a great big exclamation mark at the end, right? It's like, pay attention to those words. And what I feel like saying now is that a lot of you know what to do, you're just not doing it. That's self-sabotage, that's resistance. And again, this is my tough love deck, so I'm sure it's going to give us a tough love message here in a moment. What will help the Aries collective move through this energy shift the most, please? Source, you've got to remember you're connected to Source. You are powerful. You're powerful. Okay, you are connected to Source. Ask and you shall receive. It says your connection to Source is the light and the love that shines through and leads the way. So everybody's different, right? Protection, you might want to just rub your hands together and put like a bird cage or a circle or a sphere or an orb or something around you, some sort of protection. You might want to call on different protective animals, like grandmother jaguar is very protective. You might pray for protection. It doesn't matter. We're all different, right? Maybe it's a combination of all of them. We're all different, but your connection to Source is going to help you through this the most. Your connection to Source is going to help lead the way for you to release this anxiety, this overwhelm, this stress. I feel like for some of you, it's like, it feels almost claustrophobic. Like it feels almost claustrophobic. It feels like the energy, hucha, dark, dense, heavy energy, the energy that you're picking up that's not even yours, it's like on you and it feels heavy. Like it feels like a weight on your shoulders or like a frog in your throat or like heaviness on your chest or heaviness in your belly. It could be any one of those things or something different, but it feels heavy. It definitely feels heavy. And remember, we can release it. We don't have to hang on to it. It's not yours. You don't have to hang on to it, Aries. What will help Aries collective align with their highest path, their highest purpose, their highest timeline? That one totally wanted to come out. Rejoicing. Okay, so you've already learned how to do these things. Again, we're getting the same message third time in a row, okay? 3 times now. Spirit is like, pay attention, Aries. Rejoicing says you already know how to make the most of life. You know what to do, Aries, you're just not doing it. So maybe for some of you, it's like eating better. Like our body is a temple, right? And the more clear our temple is, the more easy it is for us to connect with Source, for us to connect with our higher self, for us to connect with our spirit guides and allies, for us to connect to divine wisdom, right? And so maybe some of you feel like, okay, well, I've been eating really crappy. I really want to eat better because that's going to help clear my temple. Maybe some of you are feeling like, okay, I got to get moving more. Again, we did that spring step challenge. It was amazing. Everybody increased their steps. They got outside. They felt more grounded. They were sleeping better. Their skin was better. They were feeling more calm, more present, less stressed, less anxious, less overwhelmed, all of these things. Maybe some of you are feeling like, okay, I need to quit this job or leave this relationship or move or something. You know what to do. You're just not doing it. Okay, let's get one more card for the Aries collective for the month of June, please. And then we'll move on to this extended reading. You can join me at the extended reading if you'd like. I'll have the link down below in the comments and description box. And I'll also have the link to these card decks. I really love this one. The Intuitive Life Coaching Oracle. This deck is the one that I've used the most. I've been using it for years. It's got 72 cards in it too, which is pretty big for an Oracle deck. I love it so much, but it always hits. It just always hits. My book is all bent and wrecked and stained and all those things, but all for the greater good because there's so many good messages that come from this. If you do join me for the extended reading, not only will you have access to these extended readings, but you'll also have access to the Sacred Self-Empowered Community membership where we meet on Zoom at least twice a month. We do live oracle cards like this, but you can ask specific questions. We also do community connection calls where we go through some energy practices together. It's a really beautiful space. I love the Sacred Self-Empowered Community membership. And for those of you who are here, who are already a part of the membership, thank you. I appreciate you being a part of our soul family, our tribe. What else will help the Aries Collective move through the month of June, please? What's the last message that they need to hear now? Oh, I feel like we've got two here. Okay, first one, we've got old soul, okay? I'm probably not the first person to tell you that you're an old soul. I'm certain that many people have told you this before. You know, those of us who are old souls, people tell us our whole damn life, oh my gosh, you know, you're so, when we're kids, like, oh, you're such an old soul, you just know. And the thing about being an old soul, it's like, okay, cool, that's nice to hear. But what's important about being an old soul? What's most important about being an old soul is that we can access the lessons, the wisdom, the magic, the medicine, the gifts that we experienced in those past lives. They didn't just happen for nothing, right? Like we have access to all of these messages, all of these lessons. We don't have to go through the same lesson over and over and over again if we went through it in a past life. You know, for those of you who are dealing with scarcity and lack, you know, there's never enough money. I want to manifest more money. Well, if you went through a past life where you experienced extreme poverty, you don't have to repeat that cycle again. You've already done it. We can go back and we can access that wisdom, those lessons from those past lives. I do this a lot in journey work. So I go on a meditation to, you know, visit a version of me from a past life that has already experienced this so that I can receive messages and guidance and divine wisdom on how to move through whatever it is that I'm currently moving through. I also got spiritual teacher for you. So you're being called to step into your role as a spiritual teacher. So you're here because, you know, you're attracted to these cards. You're attracted to intuitive wisdom. You're attracted to channeling and energy. And everything that you've learned so far in your journey is something that you can share with others, right? It doesn't matter where you are in your journey. There's always someone who's not quite there yet. I say this to my entrepreneur clients. I do a lot of business readings. And I always say your soulmate client is you just a couple steps back. Nobody's any higher than the other person. We just have more knowledge, more wisdom. We're at a different stage of our journey. And there are people who look to you for advice, Aries. There are people who look to you for your wisdom. They can see what you're doing. They can see how far you've gone. And you got rejoicing earlier too. So you have already come so far in your journey. You might feel like, yeah, I still have so much further to go. Yeah, don't we all? Don't we all? I mean, I'm sure you've heard before, this healing journey is just like an onion. There's layers and layers and layers. You heal one thing, you peel back that layer of that onion, and oh crap, there's a whole nother layer. Now we're going to deal with this from this different direction. All right, Aries, let me know down below in the comments if this is speaking to you. If you're new here and this was, I would appreciate the subscribes. And of course, it helps the algorithm if you like this video, if it was speaking to you. Send it to another Aries in your life. And don't forget to check out your other signs as well, your sun, your moon, your rising. There will definitely be messages for you there as well. Have a beautiful month ahead.